Some people still believe that men should pay the bills. If men are paying the bills, what then do women do with their money? Hello guys, my name is Chief Bless. Welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about finances, money. We're going to talk about how you and your partner, your husband, your wife can manage your finances as a couple. Actually, a few weeks ago, I watched a video where a lady was discussing how herself and her husband manage their finances. And I love what she said. And to that, I would like to add one or two things. So I would like you to watch the video and I will come back to say what I want to say.
My name is Bukola. When we first got married, I was earning way more than my husband. We don't have joint accounts, but we contribute equally. We cannot operate joint accounts because where's my husband? He will agree. I am a better manager of money than my husband. My husband is the kind of person that believes I have the money. When there is a need, let us meet it. I'm the kind of person that says there is the need, there is the money, but let's prioritize. When the money comes in, sweetheart, this morning came in. How do we do it? Wherever there is a shortage, I can meet up. Sometimes he will tell me, this one, I'm not collecting it from you. It's a loan to me. I will return it to you, and he will return it. I knew of wives who were working, but who submitted their monthly salaries to their husbands. When they need anything up until underwears, they will have to beg their husbands. So in my mind, I told myself, I will work. I will marry a man who is willing and ready to work. I will not marry a lazy man. But then, when the money comes in, we both decide. I do not believe in a woman working and submitting everything to the husband. But you sit down and agree. This is the portion that we want to use for family projects. This is the portion I want to use as my savings. A woman, you are entitled to have your savings. You are entitled to your investments.
There are a few things that you need to put in place to ensure that you are able to manage your money effectively as a couple. The first thing I think you need to do is you would need to have your own individual current account and also an individual savings account. So the wife needs to have her individual current account as well as her savings account. And the husband also needs to have an individual current account as well as a savings account. Now, these are individual accounts, individual current account for each of you. And you will also need to have a joint current account as well as a joint savings account. A lot of people don't like the idea of having a joint account, but I'm going to explain to you why I think it's very important to have one. Now, when it comes to paying the bills, I believe you should pay the bills using a joint current account. You should have a bill account. Your individual salary goes into your individual current account. Okay, so your salary at the end of the month goes into your individual current account. Now, once you receive your money, your salary at the end of the month, you would need to pay in 50% of your salary into the joint current account. So each of you, your wife, your husband would need to pay 50% of their salary into the joint current account. When you say 50%, it actually takes the ambiguity of who pays more or who doesn't pay more. Whoever earns more by paying 50% is definitely, obviously, contributing more. Because you are contributing 50%, you are actually contributing equally, but at the same time, the person that earns more contributes more, if you know what I'm trying to say. So let's assume, for example, your husband earns like, say, £2,000 every month. Then 50% of that amount will be £1,000 goes into the joint account. And if the wife earns like, say, £1,000 every month, then she has to transfer £500 into the joint current account. Now, after you receive your salary, the first thing you need to do is to sit down with your partner, or you can even do this by yourself. Take a piece of paper and work out how much you spend on the bills, for the rent, for mortgage, for electricity, for energy, for feeding. So write all these things down and then add it up to work out how much you spend every month on bills. So once that one is worked out, now you know how much you earn, you know how much your partner earns. So now in your joint current account, you have 50% of your earnings into the account. Now you have to work out how much is your bill and then how much you want to transfer into your joint savings account. So a portion of that money you've already transferred into your joint account will be your joint savings. Let's say in this instance you have 1,500 in that joint account. You could decide that 500 out of that money will be your savings, your joint savings. If that is the case, then you will then need to transfer that 500 into your joint savings account, and that's your joint savings money. All your bills should come out from a joint current account. Don't leave your bills to one person, because what if that person doesn't actually keep up with the paying of bills? What if one person misses it? So make sure that your bills are paid from a joint current account. The rent, the mortgage, the energy, the electricity, all the bills would need to come out from a joint current account. And that way, nobody is thinking, you left all the bills for me to pay. I'm the one paying this, you are the one paying that. No, we are contributing equally, in the sense we're contributing 50% of our earning, irrespective of who earns more and who earns less. If the table turns around tomorrow and the other person start earning more, it doesn't matter how much you earn, you contribute 50% of your salary into the joint account. Now, what you might ask, what if that money is not enough? 50% is really ideal, but in the case where maybe you have so much bills and you don't earn enough, you could decide to do 60%, but whatever percentage you decide to go is going to be uniform. Both the husband and the wife will need to contribute that same percentage, and that way nobody will feel overburdened. There wouldn't be much, because there's a lot of hassle, a lot of issues around managing money as a couple. Once all the bills are paid from that amount, if you want to make a joint investment, if you have a joint project, already you have a joint savings account where you can take money from to make your joint investment, your joint project. Obviously, in a way, in a case where that savings is not enough, you could decide to contribute again from your own individual savings, equal percentage. Okay, so personally, I believe in equal percentage, because, like, in this day and age, both the women and the men are working. Back in the olden days, it was mainly the men working, paying all the bills. But I always ask, if men are paying all the bills, what do women do with their money? Yes, some people still believe that men should pay the bills. If men are paying the bills, what then do women do with their money? You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why I personally believe that if the two partners are both working, then they should, contribute towards the bills equally, percentage wise, if you know what I'm trying to say. This is how I think couples should manage their money effectively. Now, I want to also add, a lot of men believe that women are not allowed to have their individual investments because they are married. I beg to disagree. I totally, totally, totally disagree. As a married woman, you are still under your husband, but I still believe you still have a purpose in life apart from being married. You still have God. There are deposits that God has placed in you. There could be different things that God has called you to do that might be different from what your husband, has in mind. So I still believe that you should keep your own individual current account, and as well keep your own individual savings account where your personal or individual savings should be going into. For example, if you want to, venture into a project, bring it to your partner, discuss about that. If your husband or partner, if he's not really, keen into that, it's only if it's something that you're actually very knowledgeable in, you could, at least you have money to venture into that. And another thing also why I actually like couples to have their own individual accounts apart from their joint account is, most times Couples have different risk appetite. Your partner could be risk averse, and whereas you yourself is a risk taker. Okay, so imagine if you have all your money in only one account, and you see an investment that you want to, you are sure about that investment, but your partner is not convinced about that. You find out that you'll be delaying yourself, you're holding yourself back from achieving the greatness that God has placed in both of you. So, in summary, all I'm trying to say is have your individual savings account and have your individual current account. At the same time, make sure you have a joint savings account and a joint current account. Then at the end of the month, transfer 50% of your salary into the joint current account. And then from the joint account, move a portion of that money into your joint savings account, which becomes your family savings. Then your joint current account now becomes your bills account.